Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So we are joined by Grace from Oxford International. She will be touching on exploring your study options in the UK, USA, and Canada. Before I hand over to her, I'm just going to do a short introduction of myself. So my name is Amy. I work for the Study Abroad department. We assist with students that are interested in studying abroad. So we facilitate the application process. We assist with student visas. We assist with on-campus accommodation, and pretty much assist with everything to ensure that you're there safe and sound. So I'm going to hand it over to Grace, and she is going to introduce herself.
Morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining this morning. So as Amy said, my name is Grace, and I am the Regional Manager for Oxford International Education Group for the Southern African region. So today I'm going to go through our partner institutions, some of the programs that we offer, and all the levels from undergraduate to postgraduate throughout all our portfolios within the UK, Canada, and the US. So we'll go through the presentation, and please make sure you're writing down all your questions, and then we can answer those for you afterwards. So Oxford International, though this slide is saying more the pathway to university in the US and the UK, we actually do offer all pathways. We also have career colleges, and not only are we UK and US, but also in Canada. Next one, Amy. So I'll just put those up, my contact details. For those of you who want to contact me directly or ask any information, you're very welcome to do so. But we'll put that up at the end as well if you need to know any more information. So just for this morning, I'm just going to go through not all these points, but mainly who we are, what we offer through our pathways and direct to university options, as well as career colleges, why study with us, some of our university partners, go through also what you can study, as well as more information on our partner institutions within the UK mainly and the US. So Oxford International Education Group, primarily we are a UK-based company and a private education provider, but we extend to English language programs. We also have the pathway colleges, as well as the direct to university programs as well. Next, Amy. You can skip that one as well. So to start off with, I'll just give you guys a brief about what a pathway is. So how you can look at it is like a bridging program, a bridge between your high school as well as your tertiary education. So it's your preparation for higher education, really. It's subject specific. So you will be doing, say you start on a business program, continue to do business. If it is engineering, you will continue to do engineering. We also have embedded academic English language skills, should you need to improve on those, or there's particular programs, for example, nursing, who need a higher level of English proficiency. So all of those are embedded within a program should you need that service. Another benefit of a pathway is that we do have small class sizes for individual support. So when you need that softer landing, you're not going into a massive class with so many different students from everywhere. It's smaller classes and really streamlined to your needs as you start your journey into tertiary education. And of course, there's friendly staff who are dedicated to international student needs, so they're always there to help you. So through our pathway colleges, as I said before, it really is a softer landing. There's so many different scenarios of what a pathway can be. So it can be where, say, you don't quite meet entry requirements to go directly to university, for example, or you've been a commercial student or business student, and all of a sudden you now want to change into perhaps the engineering subjects. A pathway is also beneficial, so that's why you would study with us. And also just a softer adjustment. If you haven't been anywhere overseas, for example, this is another way to get in with a smooth process. So reasons to study with us. So with all our programs based in the UK and in the US and in Canada, you are getting a visa for the entire duration of your course. So you don't have to stop after 6 months or a year or anything to extend. If you're doing a 3-year course, it's a 3-year visa. If you're doing a 4-year course, it's a 4-year visa. Only in some cases where there's a foundation program only aligned for the 1 year, then you would have that. But other than that, we offer that one entire visa for the course duration. We are offering offer responses within 24 to 48 hours. So if you do make your application, say with Amy from Sable, she will send all your documents through. And within that short period of time, you will get an offer response so that you can plan. I did mention before that it's direct continuation. So when you choose to do business, you go into your business degree. If you choose any health science or biomedical science, you go straight into that degree of your choice. Now, all our colleges, primarily if you start on the foundation or international year one pathway levels, all our centers are on the university campus. So you don't feel like you're not included in the whole experience. You have access to all the libraries, access to the canteen, sports field, everything. You are pretty much one with the university because you're on campus. We also offer opportunity to live on campus, as well as work around the campus. There's some part-time jobs available for students, obviously, and you are literally in an environment where you are meeting people from all over the world. And again, our staff is literally just dedicated to making sure your experience is smooth, and give you the service that you need so that you do well in your uni. So just to give you an idea of our colleges, I'll start on the UK side. So this just gives you an idea of location. So up north, we've got the International College of Dundee, which is in Scotland. We've got University of Bradford, where we have University of Bradford International College. That's in Leeds, Manchester area, so about an hour train ride from Manchester. We also have De Montfort University, which is a very popular center for us, and that is located in Leicester. And Leicester is about 17 minutes by train from London. So for those of you who want to be closer to London, this will be a good center to consider. Greenwich University for University of Greenwich International College. That's about 30 minutes from London by taxi. So it's central enough for those of you who want to study in one of the best cities in the world, which is London. We also have Wales, a university called University of Bangor, a very nice university, very peaceful, lots of outdoor activities to do, and that's one in Wales. We also have 2 direct university partners, which are not included on this map, but they are within the London area. So we've got the University of Roehampton and the University of Ravensbourne. So should you want to go for direct university options, those 2 options will be fantastic for you as an option. As we extend our portfolios, we're going to have a lot more options for you also in the UK, which are coming up. And on the left side of me, we've got the US options. We've got San Francisco State University in California, and we've got Mercy College, which is based in New York, with 3 campuses in Manhattan, Dobbs Ferry, and the Bronx. So with us, what can you study? So we have 2 levels where you can study your undergraduate or also your postgraduate. So the levels of undergraduate include that foundation if you need extra support, if you don't quite make entry requirements. We still also have the international year one. And for postgraduate, also pre-master's level, where again, if you don't quite meet entry requirements for direct masters, we have pre-masters and our direct masters with our Ravensbourne and Roehampton universities. So within our international incorporated bachelor subjects, we have a whole range of programs, and that's across all the centers in the UK, as well as the US as well. We've got art and design, business, computing, engineering, law, media, nursing, pharmacy, psychology, science, most of the programs that anyone would like to study. So just to give you an idea of how this pathway looks like, because I know sometimes I can say it, but you'd have a little bit of, questions. So if you look at the first row where it says International Incorporated Bachelors, so that would start, say you'd finish your high school. Again, as I mentioned before, if you don't quite meet entry requirements, or you've done your GCSE, which is O level generally, and you want to go to uni, you don't want to do your A levels, you can start on foundation, and again go into a different subject area than what you previously studied in high school. So after high school, you would do that foundation year, which we also term International Year Zero. But then you immediately progress into your second year, third year, fourth year. So you would be doing essentially a 4-year degree with that extra year. UK primarily is 3 years, but with that foundation, you have the year zero, the extra year. But we also have the international year one. So it still would be the 3-year process, which the UK generally has again. And that's just if you fall just a little bit short or you just want a little bit of extra support, you don't miss out to going directly to university. You just go to a class where there's smaller class sizes, but still in the degree of your desired continuation. And then, as I said, with our incorporated bachelor's options, we've got the pre-masters, where you'll do 3 to 6 months, depending on the course you choose, before your master's, and then enter your master's study at university in your second year, or after 6 months, depending on how long the pre-masters is. You can go next, Amy. So also wide range of programs available for our pre-masters, being again art and design, business, banking, engineering, law, and a few psychology options as well. Next again, Amy. So English testing, we've got a fantastic program we've launched a few years ago now. This is Oxford ELLT. So it's our own embedded English testing area where, for example, most universities have really focused on getting what's called an IELTS test, i.e. LTS test. So obviously that tests your English proficiency. So sometimes it takes long for results to come out. It's a little bit more expensive than the average English test. So we have our own embedded pre-sessional English, where perhaps you may need a few weeks before you start your course, or say you have done the IELTS but fall short by a few of the components, you can do our English test called ELLT, and it's £120, and results come after 3 days, and it's completely online. So it's a really fast option for you should you need to have this English test within your degree. So just to get into now the different partners, which I mentioned before, as you saw on the map, I'll start with DMUIC, which is De Montfort University International College, linked to De Montfort University. Again, it's based in Leicester, just over an hour from London by train, and truly a very multicultural campus. Now, with De Montfort, it's a very strong art and design subjects. I mean, we've got fashion, interior design, contour art, animation, also very strong with engineering, life sciences. In this particular college, we do offer both International Year Zero, which is that foundation year, as well as International First Year in subjects of business and engineering, as well as the incorporated masters. So a very, very strong university with a wide range of programs. I'm just going to skip through the video so that we have more time for questions after. So just some things to note. Top ranking university in areas for economics, architecture, especially hospitality, event management, and tourism, just to name a few. The next one I'll go through is Bangor University International College, which is obviously an embedded college for Bangor University. Again, very strong highlights with the center, and it's home to over 11,000 students, aligned to really great courses as well. So this particular university, very strong with psychology, very strong engineering and computer science. Just for psychology, they have such a wide range from clinical and health psychology, neuropsychology, so many different components of it. So should there be any psychology students on this panel, that will be a good option to look at. Again, incorporated masters, we've got business, investment, accounting, and finance. So just some highlights. The main thing with Bangor I would mention is the affordability of accommodation, especially, I mean, it's voted first in the UK really for very affordable accommodation. So what you'd be paying in London will be like a third in Bangor. So very scenic, very beautiful for all those outdoors people. There's zip lining, there's hiking, so many outdoors things, and the views and just the experience is incredible. Then Dundee, a lot of people like to term it Fundy because there's so much to do here. It's the fourth largest city in Scotland, and it's very, very vibrant and very friendly. And among our institutions that I've mentioned, it's one of the top 30 universities in the UK. So another great choice for students. Also, again, out of all our centers, it's pretty much got the widest range of programs. Also noting that Scotland has 4-year degrees, but we've got from art and design, they've got a fantastic life sciences and biomedical faculty. I mean, just their medicine is like 8th in the UK, though we don't have a foundation in medicine, but certainly directly they offer the really, really good science programs, as well as business. And it's one of our centers which offer nursing with no language requirement. So that's a very good bonus. So as you can see, very beautiful city. They've invested a lot of money into it. It's a seaside town, and it's recognized by the United Nations as the UK's first UNESCO City of Design. So it's got very interesting facts behind Dundee. And if you see notable highlights, again, as I mentioned, top 10 for forensic science, biological science, law, general engineering. So again, it's one of our higher ranking university within our portfolio of institutions. Then we have Greenwich. Greenwich, which I mentioned, is just that 30 minutes away from London. Very prestigious university, very ambitious. I would also kind of look at it as one of my favorite campuses. It's also a renowned World Heritage Site. It's near the River Thames, so it's just beautiful. It's a 125-year-old university as well, so it's got that history of studying in the UK. And it so goes that it's one of the most filmed locations. I mean, if you've watched Pirates of the Caribbean, Thor, Cinderella, they've all been filmed there. So it's a great, great location. Lots of different programs, again, very strong on the business side, engineering side, computer science, especially. They've got cybersecurity side, data science side, games development, artificial intelligence. There's so much offering in that computer science faculty. So some highlights, obviously being in London, it's one of the best cities in the world for students to live and work, top 10 for chemistry, and again, extremely multicultural, students from all over the world. So again, just for you to see the beauty of it, as I said, with the being a World Heritage Site, 125-year-old university. So lots of interesting things about studying at the University of Greenwich. Can go next, Amy. So within our portfolio, we also have two pathway colleges, which are called OIPC. Now, these are located in Oxford and in London. So for those of you who want to do business, even just for a year, and then maybe progress to another university, even outside of the ones we offer, this can be an option for you. So these are great, great colleges. You can have the Oxford experience, the London experience, and we also have great scholarships at the moment where you can have £5,000 off. So it's a really good option as well for business students. So yes, Oxford Centre and London Centre. You can go down as well. So after the course, after those two which I've mentioned, you can actually have guaranteed progression to other partners that are outside of our institution, which is also a good thing if you want to experience a different experience and then progress somewhere else. Now, Bradford, Leeds, Manchester area, again, very popular university because of location, obviously Manchester being a football city, a really strong university for engineering, mainly because it was formed in the 1800s as a mechanics institute. So they've got very strong engineering programs at Bradford as well as business, actually. So again, offering from foundation year, also year 0, international year 1, as well as masters as well. So some highlights for Bradford. I mean, one of my favorites is how it's first in the UK and globally for careers training and support. It's also first in the UK and second for work placement. So they really put a lot of focus on trying to help students. We help them progress into university, and then we also help them progress into the work placement. So that's a really key highlight that the University of Bradford offers. And as I mentioned before, with the engineering, they strengthen engineering. It's top 10 for civil engineering. And it's one of the only universities that have the civil and structural engineering degree combined. Very compact campus. It's lovely. It's a city university, so you can just go around within the campus with just in a few hours. And as I said, with the strong faculty in business, it works really closely with local and national, multinational businesses from various sectors. So that is our UK portfolio, guys. The only ones I didn't really go through are our DTU, which means direct to university. So those 5 that I've mentioned have, as I said, both pathways of foundation and international year 1, but our 2 other direct options. And you can also get more information on this from Amy and from me if you want to do that and study in London. So as we now fly over from the UK, we go to the US, where we have 2 great, great institutions again, one of them being San Francisco State University, top ranking at 25 for the US University of Pay Scale and CollegeNet Social Mobility Index, so really well ranked. And this university in America typically has a 4-year degree, and you would start in your international year 1 at this campus. So great campus with lots of courses to choose from. America tends to be very flexible in terms of how they do their education. So you can have so many combinations of degrees with majors and minors, and essentially create your own degree, really. So San Francisco State University, obviously location, it's fantastic. It's where the Golden Gate Bridge is. A notable alumni have studied there, from Oscar winners to big sports people. Lots of career opportunities, especially because there's Silicon Valley, which is located quite close to the university, obviously being headquarters of, Google, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Affordable tuition. And again, there's so much to do just within that area. Can go next, Amy. We just won't go through the videos. So some interesting things to know about San Fran. Great location, airport is close. It's got huge cultural environment and economic influence, because it's, home to 30 international financial institutions, with 6 of those being Fortune 500 companies. So a lot of opportunities for students for internships and things like that. And again, it's a very historic city, with lots of stuff to do outside your academic journey. Mercy College, New York. So that's located in the heart of New York, but we also have campuses spread within Dobbs Ferry and the Bronx. So this is great location. I mean, just studying in New York without even having been there, you can just imagine how vibrant the city is, with offerings from, internships, the art culture, the history culture, meeting people from all over the world. So another great option that we have for students should you decide to study in the US. So over 90 programs. I mean, these are just a handful that we've put on here, but again, a wide range: art, design, business, engineering, life sciences, business, nursing, you name it. So 9 STEM majors, which is a good thing because America is really looking for science students. So there's quite a few majors in that area. New York, it's like a London kind of situation as well, where it's one of the best cities in the world, where everyone wants to go and visit. And again, because of that, very multicultural. So some more interesting facts. You can go through. It's fine, Amy, go down. Go down. It's fine. So I'll go through. Have you got the Canadian option? Are we going to go through that, or should I just say it within here?
I think you can just say it within here.
Okay, fine. So before, guys, I mention our how to apply process, I'll just go through one extra program that we have in Halifax, and this is in Canada. So what it's called is a CCA program. So it's a continuing care assistant, where you are learning skills to work within the health industry. So as everyone knows, it's one of those industries that is in huge demand. We need to fill in so many gaps in the health sector, especially post-COVID. So this is a 9-month course, which is based in Halifax. It's 20,000 Canadian dollars a year. It literally helps you through to pretty much stay in Canada. So after 9 months, you would then be guaranteed a job in the health sector. As I said, there's over 1,000 vacancies at the moment that need to be filled. And we are very, very confident in this program that if you don't get a job, we give you a refund back. That's how confident we are with the program. So it's a fantastic program for those of you who want to get in the health sector, or perhaps have had a bit of a gap in your academic history and want to try something different. This is the Canadian option that wasn't included in the slides, but I can certainly send anyone any information should they need to. So these are all career colleges, which we've launched in Canada. offering the CCA as one choice. And we also have a hospitality management course, which is also 9 months at the same price. So all these programs have work placement in them, which obviously gives you that experience, because as we said, after you are trained and graduate, you then get into the workforce. So it's very important to have that industry experience, and it's embedded within your course. So that's another career college option that we have for those of you who are interested, should you not be a high school student. So with all those institutions, very easy to get into, very easy to apply. We've got Sable who will help you through. I'm very much available should you need any information from me, but you can go directly through our website as well, and I'll just go through what we need from you, which basically is just your passport copy, your qualifications, academic qualifications and certificates. References, not compulsory, but only if you've had, say, a big gap in your studies, for example. Personal statement, which just gives us an idea of who you are, and that you've obviously done a bit of research of where you're going. But we can assist you with that as well, should you need some guidelines. And any visa previous applications you've done, again, not compulsory, but should we need any further information for the visa process. IELTS, again, only for those subjects that we need, because remember, we don't need IELTS for most of our programs. Also, we have that embedded ELLT test. So it's not really compulsory for IELTS for most of our centers. Credibility interview, that only comes at the end for visa purposes, just to make sure, again, as I said, you understand the course, you know where you're going, and you have pretty much all the documents you need, because we also would need financial documents, etc., for the visa. And portfolio will only count mainly for, perhaps certain subjects like art and design and architecture, for example. So what happens next? Yes, you apply, we send through your documents. The team from Sable will do that for you. We get an offer letter, as I said, within 24 to 48 hours. You submit your payment if everything is fine on your offer, you've met all the conditions. Then you get what's called a CAS document, which is pretty much the backbone of an application for a visa. And it just shows that the school has done its checks, the UKVI has done the same, we have done the same, and all good to go for your visa processing, where you then also do your accommodation planning. So thanks, guys, for your time. Contact information, you can follow us on all platforms, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. And as I said, please email me. We are very much available with the Sable International team, as well as anyone from our Oxford International team as well.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. I see there's a lot of questions coming through, but they are quite specific. So I think the best thing for you to do is probably pop us an email. So we will send a follow-up. Sorry, Grace, do you mind muting yourself because there's a little bit of an echo?
Oh, sorry.
No problem. So we will send a follow-up email that will include all our contact details. So I see there are specific questions about the Canadian study visa and about specific subjects. So you're more than welcome to pop us an email and we can contact you and we can chat on a case-by-case basis. But there was a question about scholarships. So Grace, do you mind just touching on any scholarships you guys offer or anything like that?
Okay, so fees-wise, our fees, say from De Montfort University, the Leicester one is about 15,000 a year, and then Dundee, because of the higher rank, is about 19,000 pounds a year. But we do have what I would refer more to as discounts as opposed to scholarships. So currently we have for our African students 2,500 off for any current applications for this year. But should there be any need for further scholarships, which we can go up to 4,000 pounds off, you can just arrange to have an interview with me and we can just go through how you'll be eligible for those. But we do have discounts. So let's say you do have, if it's 15,000 and you get about 3,000 off, it cuts off a lot where you can go right up to 12,000 and put the rest towards your accommodation. America, our US
And then if you
option. It's around 27,000 a year, but they're more generous with scholarships, so we can offer from 5 to 10,000 US dollars off for those as well.
Sorry, then I also see there's a question regarding when the matriculant should apply. So maybe you can just touch on the intake dates, and then with South African matriculants, obviously we only get our final results the following year, January. So we would only be eligible for mid-year intakes and September intakes. But I know with the foundations, there are different intakes. So maybe you can just touch on that a little bit as well. Sorry, Grace, it muted yourself.
So generally for all our programs, we have 3 main intakes, which are January, June and September. So for obviously you guys with matric getting results in January, the next intake will be June and September following year. But this is a great way to start with the application process, because should there be any conditions you have to meet, you can actually meet them before, and then it'll be a smoother process to do your visa. For the Canadian program, initially we had 3 intakes, but now because of demand of the program, there's up to 6 intakes a year. So you can literally roll into different intakes. For America, again, also January, August intakes. So those are also options available after your matric results come out.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Is there any more questions that anyone has before we end off? As I said, we will be sending up a follow-up email that will include all our contact details. So you guys are more than welcome to pop us emails, and we can chat on a more individualized basis. But yeah, I think that's all the questions for now. So I just want to thank everyone for joining us. And as I said, you're more than welcome to pop us emails if you have any specific questions. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great day.